As you can see, that's a solid wood table. That wood there is called matai, and these slabs, looking by the grain, speak to me of hundreds of years old, if not 1,000 years old piece of timber. And you just cannot get it anymore. So how valuable that is, what I would call important that we see it above ground. Understand? Yeah. Robert Scott from the Netherlands of Dannevirke, well looked after here in the Manawatu for the last 50 years nearly.
Morena, my name is Adrienne Scott. I'll go right to the top. Today I'm celebrating my 70th birthday, so what a way to celebrate it in front of the camera.
This, I guess, pioneering adventure that we're on here with the wood recycling sounds pretty plain, but there's a lot more to it than that. And we can see a bright and wonderful future from what we've been projecting here. That would have been in landfill if we hadn't grabbed it. We've got to see this as a better outcome. Bringing gorse into New Zealand, we can look back now and say was a bad move. Bringing possums into New Zealand, we can look back and say was a bad move. And digging holes, burying perfectly reusable resources into holes is a majorly bad move. At the moment, this is all to be denailed, and we have denailing stations. So if you've got time today, you can start by measuring up all these bits of wood in Karina for me. But I hope it gives you an idea of the volume. This is just a smidgen of what's going to landfill right now as we stand here. There's people overseas would give their back teeth to build a frame for a window. And we had the privilege of working overseas in post-disaster areas in Asia. That illuminated to our minds the waste wood scenario in New Zealand. What we've got to understand is it's not waste wood, it is surplus wood. We've got to relabel things to the correct label. It is perfectly good resources which isn't being well managed at the moment. And that's our first packets of timber that we reinstated from that mess there. No one has yet convinced me that deserves to go to landfill, and that's where it's going right now as we discuss it. There are avenues for reuse for this material, not under the current building code can it go back into new homes, but we have other places for it, like in sheds, and of course tiny houses, and of course overseas and post-disaster areas.
And we did ship a 20-foot container to Fiji after one of their disasters. We also shipped a 20-foot container from the UK to Pakistan as a preempt to what we're doing now. So we know it can work.
And we've proved it's cheaper to do that. But that pile of wood there, keep little industries going for weeks with the surplus we bury in the ground here every day.
And for us too, it's not just about the timber, it's about the people. What we're providing is somewhere for people to go that have nowhere to go during the day. Currently we're all volunteers and it gives people things to do. We have people that have gone from not having employment, our refugees, our migrants, into employment. We can take people who are on a road that need to come back to being straight again, to get off the alcohol, to get off the drugs and get back into employment. What a privilege it is to work with people for all different reasons.
So it's all about sustainability of our beautiful country. So we are offering what we believe could be a very big industrial change. We have enough experience to want to pass that information on. That resource that we have no second thought about throwing away should be gathered, should be restored, should be made available again for other projects around New Zealand or in other countries.
The call of the kōkako was what initially attracted me to this species. It's like he's calling to your wairua. What I'd like to see, and when I'm gone and then my kids have taken over, I'd like to see a healthy forest.